What up, what up? So, I had this fucking experience. I'm no longer calling them dreams, calling them experiences because they're not dreams. We're not just dreaming in our head. We're actually going somewhere when we go to sleep, believe it or not. We've all been cloned, and we're all experiencing this, whether you fucking acknowledge it or ignore it. Or if you don't remember and you say you don't dream, there's reasons why you're not dreaming, because you're not ready for what is happening. But the more you take steps to get there, the more you'll remember things. It sounds weird, but it works, I promise. But either way, so I'm in this fucking place. I don't remember where it was at. It felt like a school or something like that. I don't know. And then, boom, I'm in a fucking pool. Alright, and then I'm with a ton of people, but the only person that I knew that I was talking to, that I looked at, was this girl named Alicia. And me and her hung out for, I don't know, a couple months or something like that, or about a couple months, because when we were hanging out with each other and going out and partying and shit. It was a long time ago. So, randomly, me and her are sitting in the pool with a bunch of people, and, like, okay, you know how you sit on the edge, and, okay, like, you sit on the edge of the pool, and you put your shoulders to your back to the wall, and you put your shoulders up, and you kind of just, like, float there, and then you can, like, lean back and then kick your feet out while you're in the water. That's pretty much what I was doing. I don't know why that's important, but I just remembered it. So then I fucking look over and see Alicia, and, I don't know, it was so fucking weird. Like, I looked at her face, I remember seeing her brown hair, her brown eyes, that's that beautiful smile that I've always known, and I could hear her voice. Now she's married. I mean, that doesn't fucking matter or anything. It's not like I'm trying to get with her or anything like that. I just, I don't know, that was irrelevant, whatever. But she's married now and everything, so, I don't know. But, so, I'm fucking sitting there talking to her, not sure what about. And then, fucking abstract morphs into me going through this door. Alright? I go through this door. And as I'm going through this door, I remember feeling like somebody was congratulating me or telling me, hey, you succeeded, you passed the test. All right, here's the door. You can leave or something. I don't know. It's fucking weird. And I don't know if this is completely true, but the only word that keeps coming to my mind is Maverick. I don't know why, but this dude or the girl or somebody there called me a nickname and kept calling me a nickname. And the only thing I can think of is Maverick. Why, I don't know. And I could be wrong. I could be making that up in my fucking head. But every time I think about and see the road that I was on, that's the only word that comes to my mind is Maverick. So I'm sticking with it. So I go out this door, and then I'm outside on this road that I used to live by, and it's covered both sides with woods, and it's kind of windy. And now I am like laying on my chest like I am now. And I'm on like a fucking tricycle, but it's like it has power to it, so I can like, rev it up and go forward. But needless to say, the motherfucker was like super small. So it was so small that really can't do anything with it, and it was really hard for me to like stay on it. I kept falling off because I was literally that small. I mean, it's like trying to fucking, skateboard on a little tech decks. You know what I mean? A little like about as big as my fucking finger, but literally about as it's impossible. So I go to give it more speed to go up this hill, right? And I'm like in this like glass tunnel thing, but it's all clear and everything, and I'm going up this hill. I look over to my left, out to the woods, and what do I know? What do I see? I see this fucking animal spirit entity thing that I'm gonna try to explain this the best way. Alright, the only thing I can explain it is by telling you who Cat Dog is. That's a cartoon, an old cartoon, programmable fucking cartoon that programmed all of us. Either way, it fucking was like that shape, one head on one side, one head on the other side, 4 legs, and then, except when I looked over, the one head was like completely gray, and it looked like let's just look at it like if a demon, I don't want to use demons because it's old words, it's like, I don't know, but it was like a demonic pit bull face, completely gray, like stone gray, and it was so vivid, I don't know, it was just really weird. And then the other side, I don't know, I couldn't really see it at that point. So, but it was gray on one side and like orangish brown on the other side. So I'm going up this hill, and then I look over and I see it. Then I realize it seeing me, looks me dead in my fucking eyes. I'm like, oh shit. So I panic. Try to rev this little baby tricycle up this hill. Doesn't work. I end up kind of like falling to the side. And then, next thing I know, I'm like, well, fuck, I gotta get up this hill. So I get all the way up the hill finally. Turn around, look over again, realize that it's coming closer. It's fucking chasing me. But as I'm going up the hill, I go to scream to try to like scare it off. You know how like a deer's close to you and you're like, ah, and it fucking flies away? Well, yeah, it didn't happen. I tried to scream and it went, That's all I got. And then the thing was like, looked over at me, locked eyes, and started fucking booking. So it gets where the stairs are at. I'm all the way up at the top at this point. I turn around, I look this thing dead in its fucking eyes. Now I don't see the gray part of it. The demonic pitbull looking thing. Now I see this fucking was a mixture of like black, gray, blue, and I think that's it. Maybe like a little bit of white, but it was like a mixture of it. So it wasn't like, it was a dark looking thing, but it had mixtures of all that in it. And anyway, his whole face looked like it was made up of hair. Like the way a ferret looks, how it's, it's hair all over his body. I mean, all over his head, but it didn't look like a ferret. Okay, imagine like those Japanese dragon things that they use in parades. Didn't look exactly like that. The only thing I can relate it to in the physical world. So it would look like that. It had eyes. It had a mouth. But it looked like it was like its hair was combed back, but it was like all over its face. Like its face, it's almost like his eyes and face or mouth were like floating in its head, and all the hair was smoke, but it looked like hair, and it was just combed back. I don't know, it was fucking weird. All I knew is that it wasn't good. So when I turned around and looked at it dead in his face, I seen it coming after me. I just looked at it and I was like, well, I guess this is it. Fuck it. Brace yourself. And that's the last thing I remember is seeing its face right here in my face, like right there. And boom, wake up, panicking, sweating, breathing hard in my bed. And yeah, that was fucking weird. But I don't know. I reached out to the girl and told her about it. She's probably dying laughing right now, but I don't know. I just feel like certain things like that should be told, whether you're, you know, friends with people or not. If you see somebody in your dream, you probably should tell them. Or, I'm sorry, not a dream. If you see somebody in a different realm when you go to sleep, you should tell somebody. We're not dreaming. Well, we are dreaming, but dreams are not what dreams are. We're not falling asleep and going into our brain or whatever you think and just thinking about memories. It's just, no, that's not how it works. That's another place we're going to. Whether it be the cloning center, a holographic field, a holographic realm, anything. You know, we've all been fucking cloned. Whether you want to believe it or not, all of us have. We've all been to the cloning centers, and we all have these fucking memories and trauma and all this shit. And I was watching this video yesterday, and my boy was talking about, you know, connecting with other people and, you know, learning about you, pretty much, yourself. And what he was saying was that, you know, the first stage... Why is this thing not focusing? There we go. But the first stage is, you know, you question and shit. Research until you can't figure it out. Until you've hit a dead end or something. Which you probably never will because there's so much information. And then the next thing is making videos, venturing off onto the social media, and then meeting new people. You ever notice how random people just come and start talking to you or follow you, and you become friends with them, and like they're cool and shit? It's because they're supposed to fucking be there. Do not take those people for granted. Now, these people can come in and come out of your life as they please, you know. And it's not like they have to stay there, you know. Everything's changing all the time, so things are gonna fucking change. But talk to these people, figure out why they're here, connect the dots, share stories, share information, you know, really try to talk to these people. And then once you know, put the puzzle pieces together, you're not only helping yourself, but you're helping out them too, man. And it's all a big game to help everybody. And what I've learned and accepted was, I watched this video last night. It was cool as shit. And my boy Og was talking about when we went out to the field. And we went out to a field, me and him, and he was explaining how, you know, what we saw. We watched craft swim from star to star, alright? And they knew that we were there. They could see us. Whether they could see us, like, clearly, I'm not sure, but it was almost like we were a beam of light shooting up, and they could see us. So, we literally watched this thing swim from star to star to star to star to star to star to star, on top of layers of stars disappearing, and then deeper ones reappearing, and then so forth and so on. Just like layers of stars, like going in and out, so you could see everything. And then watch over 100 over 50 to 100 stars burst. And when they bursted, you could see the fragments burn off and fly off and do this and do that. It was the craziest thing. But what he was saying was that from their perspective, when they look down, they see multiple timelines. It's like overlapping, like curtains opening and closing. But when we look up there, looks like we're looking out at glass. Looks like we're looking out at glass that's got water on the other side, and it's very, very dark water. Well, imagine how dark it would be if you're at the bottom of the ocean. But these beings or entities or whatever use these craft to go up there, and they can see timelines. So it's almost like, maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. Maybe they can, it's like kind of like seeing the future, I guess. Or being able to see multiple timelines. But they definitely fucking saw us. And I didn't understand it until yesterday. And this was like probably a year ago. Oh, the video was made a year ago, the one that I watched. But it was maybe even longer than that. So I don't know, it was fucking weird. But when I call these things demons, I'm just calling them demons because, I don't know, it's easier for you to understand and other people to understand, but they're really not demons. They're all parasites. They don't understand love and pretty much want our energy. They siphon our energy just enough for them to be okay, but also to keep us alive. Because if a parasite kills you, then it doesn't have a host anymore. The parasite never wants to kill a host. The parasite always wants to keep the host alive, but alive enough to keep taking energy from you. And the way that they take energy from you is they need to lower your vibration, because they cannot take in positive, high frequency vibrations, or energy for that matter. And if they were to, it would destroy them. They would poof in the dust, so to speak. So what they do is, fill you with negative shit, make make you addicted to drugs, make you addicted to food, make you addicted to something. They pretty much try to just, lower your vibration as low as it can get, because that's how they feed off of you. What else? There was something else. I don't know. I'm trying to think, so bear with me. Oh, the nanotechnology is everywhere. It's in my fucking juice. I know it is. It's in the air. It's in the water. It's in the food. It's in the candy. It's in everything. It's in your shampoo. It's in your body. And we just, I don't know, we gotta keep detoxing from this shit. But, anybody ever wonder why it feels like the 90s don't exist anymore? To me, that was like the best time of my life, because, I don't know, I say that, but it was just all artificial memories and fake shit either way, but it makes me feel comfortable, so I say that. So I'll take that back. It wasn't the best time of my life. Right now is the best time of my life, because I'm waking the fuck up and I'm learning all new types of shit. But our timeline ended in 2010 or 2012. Can't remember. And we were shifted over here. We were all brought here to live here. Alright? And I don't want to fuck this information up, so just, if I say something wrong and you know it's wrong, please correct me. But what he was saying was that before we came here, we were all floating above Earth or whatever. And there's a program where if you have to look at this thing and it keeps spewing bullshit until you're like, you look over to the next person, you're like, the fuck is he saying? Why is he saying this shit? And as you're doing that, it knows you're gonna do it. So then it speaks however many seconds you're not looking, it speaks some true shit and then says, oh, you're not paying attention, you're gone, throws you, and then pulls you down onto this earth. So that's one thing. And then when you get down here, they fucking clone you. And then now we're all in clone fucking bodies living this life. There's like multiple machines that are generating this reality, that are taking energy from us, that are soul trapping people when they die. There's literally machines that will hover over a city, and when people are dying, those souls will get sucked up and they'll get shot out to the moon to be recycled to come right the fuck back here. Yeah, that sounds kind of far-fetched, but don't believe me? Do your fucking research. I'm not going to sit here and try to beg you to believe me. But some of the craziest technology exists that nobody would believe. And think about it. If they took if they're watching everybody's mind, thoughts, ideas, whatever, and they throw that into a system, into a computer, a high-tech computer, and let it play out, every idea, every thought, everything imaginable, it's going to go through, whether we thought about it right now or later, it's going to go through it. So if I'm sitting here like, well, what if the reptilians are going to, make an alien invasion or something like that? Well, it already knows that, because it has every possible playing out. And apparently we have to go through pain and suffering to remember why we're here and to help us get off. But what was I gonna say? I feel like I don't know. So like if you, I don't know. I just like, I've not really thought about it, but like, if you want to know more and you feel like you're stuck in a rut or something like that, when you go to lay down in bed, fucking ask for it. I asked for it last night, and they gave it to me. They're definitely listening. They're always listening. And they gave it to me last night. I definitely experienced some shit last night that I cannot really explain or understand why it happened, but it did. But, I gotta share these things because maybe not now, maybe not anytime soon, but one of these days, these dreams, backtrack, not dreams, these experiences in other places when we go to sleep are going to be useful. And I can't explain it now, but maybe I'll explain it later. I guess that's it. I want to do another live stream. Probably can't do it tonight because I won't get off till 8 o'clock. I don't know who's going to be here, but I guess everybody who would want to join, drop a day. That's the best day for you. And then I'm going to try to, I'll make it work. But the only fucking day I have off is a Monday. And obviously today's Tuesday. So my work week is starting. But yeah, drop a fucking thing. I really want to start doing this like every night if it's possible. Obviously, I probably won't be able to do it every night, but at least once a week. Let's start with that. Let's make a goal. Once a week live stream. I don't care if we have nothing to talk about or anything. We'll make something to talk about because that's how it works. So yeah, let me know. If not, I will make a small video, I guess, letting people know when, or maybe I won't because I don't know. I like doing it random and just kind of letting it go. Oh, also, I just remembered. So Augie spoke about meditating and like focusing and not necessarily blocking anything out, but you clear your mind and you clear any ideas that are being put in your head, and you focus and you connect with your soul self, your real self. And it never made sense to me, and I had a feeling that I was doing this, but I didn't understand how or when I was doing it, and now I figured it out. When I first started making music, if I couldn't come up with anything, I would sit there, close my eyes, and I'd like kind of pray or whatever, and tell, all the positive spirits that are watching over me and all the angels or whatever, please, gift me with ideas and punchlines and stuff to make this music, right? And I know everybody's gonna be like, oh my God, you're calling on demons, No, sorry, not really. Because why would demons want me to expose themselves? Or those evil entity things. Parasites. But when I make this music, and I did it last night and yesterday. Well, yesterday is last night. I focus. I clear my head. And I let my soul speak through me. And that's where my music comes from. That's where my lyrics are coming from. All that. Like, some of these songs I make up in an hour. Some of these songs I make up in 10 minutes. It just really depends on where I'm at and how I feel and whatever. It really just depends. But I don't know. I'm just learning new things. It's fucking cool to finally acknowledge or realize it, because I'm doing all these weird things. At least I call them weird, but I don't understand like what I'm doing or whatever. Or you ever notice like you do certain things and then all of a sudden you see a video about it and you're like, oh shit, that's what I've been doing this whole time. Well, that's pretty much what it was. I just never knew what the fuck I was, or what it was called or whatever. I noticed that I do things that I'm reading about that I don't realize that I'm doing, and it makes me smile because it's like I'm subconsciously doing this shit. Like all the information that I've read, I've already taken it in, learned it subconsciously, and now it's feeding through my subconscious into my conscious, and I'm playing it out, whether I'm on autopilot or not, I guess. But I don't know. I guess that's it. This is going on a half hour. So, I will holla later. Everybody have a wonderful day. Peace.